Yo, what's poppin'? It's your boy, Mr. Locario. So listen, what I want to tell you guys in this video is that being obsessed with becoming successful, being obsessed with winning, being obsessed with becoming number one, being obsessed with being on top is going to make you unhappy. Okay? So what you have to understand is there's nothing wrong with wanting to win. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be successful. That's great. That's all good. But what happens is that when you're so obsessed with it, right? What happens is that you're starting to become more anxious. You're starting to become more stressed out. You're going to become just like very irritated because you're always striving to get more, right? You're never satisfied with anything. You understand? Right now, the thing is this, is that because you are obsessed with trying to be successful or to win or to make the most money or, you know, to get to this point or whatever it is like that, right? You never step back to really just enjoy yourself in the moment in whatever you're doing. Because you're constantly on the go. You're constantly thinking about the next thing, right? And what happens is that you're attached to the outcome. You're attached to basically getting to a certain place. You understand what I'm saying? So then when you don't get to that certain place, you feel upset. You're depressed now. You're mad. You're angry, right? Where's the happiness? See, it's one thing to do certain things, right? Because you're living in this life, you're existing, and you're like, you know, I want to do things, I want to succeed, I want to make things happen, and that's great. But when you're attached so much to getting a certain result, you're always going to be unhappy because you are always going to have that anxiety that comes with trying to win all the time, that comes with trying to succeed all the time. And a lot of times you trying to succeed and you trying to win and all that other stuff is based really on your ego. It's based on your ego. It's based on you chasing a feeling, right? So that you can feel good about yourself, so that you can feel like you're somebody, so that you can feel like, you know, that you matter. You understand? Like, do you understand that some people like to compete with other people? Not for fun. You understand? Because, you know, competition could be fun. Like if I'm playing in a basketball game with you, we're competing. That's fun. But some people purposely like to compete with other people because they want to do more than the other person. They want to be in a higher position than the other person. And the reason why they want to be in that higher position is because one, they're going to feel like they're worth something in that higher position over that person. And two, some people want to feel better than the other person. They want to think that they're better than the other person because that makes them feel good thinking that they're better than the other person. But understand, on your way to making that happen, you are not going to be happy. You understand? You're not going to be happy. See, it's one thing to do things because you enjoy it, right? And then what happens is you get success by enjoying the things you do. You understand? You have a passion for doing certain things, you do it, you enjoy it, and you make things happen, right? But see, what happens is that a lot of times when people are striving for success and trying to win, they forget about the enjoyment of the things that they're doing. And then this causes a lot of anxiety and stress, and then therefore they're unhappy. You understand? See, shout out to Anthony DeMello. I always mention Anthony DeMello. He said something to the effect of, he said, when the archer shoots for nothing, he has all his strength. right? He said when he shoots for a brass buckle, he's already nervous. And when he shoots for gold, he's blind. He can't even see. Now, what does that mean? That means that when the archer is just shooting just to shoot, and he's enjoying shooting and he's focused on shooting, right? He just does his thing. He hits the target. Everything is great. Now, when he's shooting for that brass buckle, when he's shooting to win that thing, then he's nervous because he's worried about winning that thing, right? But then when he's shooting for the goal, which is like the top thing, he's blind. He can't even concentrate as much. There's so much anxiety because it's like now it went from just shooting the arrow, right? To now I have to win the gold. And that's where all the anxiety, that's where all the stress and all the stuff comes in. Now, again, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with, trying to win the gold. That's great. But understand that when you're doing things like that, a lot of times you're not going to be happy because of all the anxiety that comes with trying to reach that goal. Now, if you're aware of this stuff, if you are able to see past all the BS, see past all the ego, see past all the nonsense, right? You could be happy because you're aware of what's going on. You could be happy by also shooting for that goal, by also trying to get these outcomes, because you are not attached to the outcome. You understand? So you can be happy as long as you're not attached to that outcome. Because if as soon as you're attached to that outcome, that's where all the unhappiness is going to be. Because when you don't get the outcome, you're going to feel like there's something wrong. You're going to be distraught. You're going to be depressed. You're going to be upset, right? So yes, you have the passion to do what you do and you want to be successful. That's great, right? But understand, when you have that attachment to that outcome, that's where all the anxiety and stress and frustration comes in. And therefore, that's where the unhappiness is.